What comes to your mind when you see the word technology? Is it the advancements that have helped our lives, tools we use in hopes of getting an edge? Or is it more complicated than that? The truth, for better or for worse, is that our virtual world is becoming more intertwined with reality every day.
I feel like I'm part of a local community solution.
This week, we'll show you the contributions of technology and the challenges we live with because of it.
I don't see any way we're going to turn back.
This is The Race. Welcome to The Race. I'm Chris Stewart. For some people, the idea of living without social media would be nearly impossible. Its positives can be that it keeps us connected in ways that we didn't know before it existed. But there are plenty of critics who will say we're worse off because of it, and this pandemic's proof of that. While it can be hard to know what to believe these days, Heather Simpson recognizes she was part of the problem.
Oh my gosh. It's so hurtful. The stuff I said was bad.
She was an anti-vaccine social media influencer. She admits she spread misinformation, mostly about the tetanus and measles vaccines, to countless people online. She showed us this picture of her 2019 Halloween costume. She dressed up like the measles.
I posted it thinking my friends would just think it's funny, and they did, you know. I think it got shared like 300 times. Here we go.
She says she became vaccine hesitant 2.5 years ago when a friend's mom said she shouldn't get a flu shot.
And she called me in a panic, and she was like, oh my God, I've seen somebody that got the flu shot, and they started walking backwards after that. So just please don't go get it. And I got it, and nothing happened, but it was like this seed was planted, like this ridiculous seed.
That seed grew into being against vaccines.
I got up the nerve to write this big post, kind of like a coming out as an anti-vaxxer post, but not so extreme as I became. And it just talked about my fears about vaccines, my concerns.
Her first post got hundreds of shares.
It just validated my position. I was like, oh my God, like people relate to this. There's so many people that are also anti-vax. This is a whole community. I'm gonna keep posting. And I kept posting, and everything I posted got shared a ton.
Heather says the more aggressive her posts were, the more they spread. And the negative comments she received didn't stop her.
And I just took that as, oh, I have hate, so I'm doing something right.
People, of course, will trust, family members more so than they might trust somebody else. And so when you're part of these kind of group conversations, you will believe the kind of content that's coming from friends and family.
Rory Smith is with First Draft News. The nonpartisan, nonprofit group studies how misinformation spreads online. He says while social media companies have promised to do more to stop misinformation, you can only take that at face value.
We have no way of systematically seeing whether they have actually done anything to mitigate the flow of misinformation, right? Because they've black boxed all this data and they don't allow anyone to look at it.
Today, Heather's reaching for redemption.
I started switching sides when COVID hit.
She says talking with doctors and going to credible resources for information helped change her stance on vaccines.
So it's kind of a humbling experience to realize that conspiracy theories aren't really real, because you're not that special.
She's now using social media to encourage others to be open to change like her. This is video Heather sent us of her receiving the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine.
That was a long shot.
These days, social media may feel like a war zone, but Heather says when it comes to convincing people to change their minds, the most effective way could be a more peaceful approach.
Me being the worst anti-vaxxer one of the worst I've ever seen. I'm just so boldly stupid. And being able to change is just like a testimony of how you shouldn't give up on people. I truly think conversation is how to change the kind of wall we've hit with anti-vaxxers.
Every click or share online provides extremely valuable data, and now data storage companies are using advanced technology in an attempt to keep all of it safe. Alexa Liako's at a data storage center where robotic guard dogs are a key component of security.
And this is where the internet lives.
You may have pictured it a little fluffier, floating through the sky, But the cloud, filled with your photos, text messages, and social media, sits right here on the ground.
Basically, it's like a hotel for computers.
But there are no people staying at this hotel. It's a data center that holds tens of thousands of computers storing everything you do online.
We don't delete anything anymore.
The second you open any application on your phone, in order for it to work, all that information has to run through a data center like this one first.
These computers run everything from GPS to food delivery apps and online stores. Companies keep all their computers in one place because it's cheaper and faster. And it helps users access applications and get information quicker than a blink of an eye, literally.
It takes about 300 milliseconds to blink. We're moving data at 10 to 20 milliseconds across the United States.
Wes Swenson is building one of the largest data centers in the nation. Over the next 3 years, this room will fill up with stacks of computers storing everything from banking information to medical records.
I just don't ever see these going away.
But even bigger than the need for these places is the need to keep everyone's data safe.
Security is paramount, and that includes cybersecurity as well as physical security.
This data center is equipped to keep hackers out.
We monitor all of the equipment, the facility, the campus, security, internet attacks, you name it.
And it has some revolutionary defenses on the ground too. To get into the center in the first place, you have to make it through the front door.
We can do weight recognition so that a company can monitor if employees are taking equipment in or out of the data center.
And then there's Wire, the robot dog.
A big piece of what these dogs do is security. They have facial recognition technology in their cameras so they can tell who's an employee and who's an intruder. Good boy.
Also, it can check the temperature of the air, the units.
Wire makes the rounds to make sure no machine is overheating, and if something goes wrong, it sends an electronic bark to the staff.
So all of this protection to keep our internet running.
Pretty much, keep it safe.
And because we use technology to protect our technology, data centers worldwide are expected to triple in value in just the next 7 years.
Unless people are willing to put down their phones, their computers, their applications, I don't see how we get away from data centers.
But with fast growth comes new responsibility.
We are actually producing a lot of data that we are not aware of.
Computer science professor Rock Guerin says the amount of data we produce simply by using our phones could be a powerful way to invent even better technology.
It can actually be leveraged in a way that we had no idea could actually be accomplished. The opportunities are there.
And with the right technology to protect ourselves and our information, the sky's the limit for what we can use the cloud to do.
I think the future is quite bright.
For The Race, I'm Alexa Liacco.
An app is making parking a little easier.
So definitely reducing my stress and anxiety, and on the other side, increasing my productivity.
The successful model that ParkStash uses to eliminate parking anxiety. You're watching The Race.